Hey there, Capricorn. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your fourth week of December 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you are watching this video before the end of the day, Monday the 21st, I've got a sale going on 30-minute consultations with me or gift certificates for 30-minute consultations with me. It's part of my end of the year annual sale. You know I always do that. So if you are interested in getting in on that action, you do got to make sure you get that all taken care of before the end of the day of the 21st. And you can do that on my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can always just follow the links down below. Remember that your rising sign horoscope is going to give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope is showing up. And your moon sign horoscope, well, that's going to be giving you the other story that's running parallel to the main story of this week. So, what is going on with you this week? Well, this week's main theme is the Hanged Man reversed. Realizing when we need to let go of things that we keep trying to make work, move, or do something a certain way for us that have reached their limit, right? With the Hangman Reverse, there can sometimes be almost like this drive to try to push, maybe control, or direct things that ultimately are just not moving from where they are. They're not growing from where they are. They are where they are because they are where they are. And you may actually encounter a lot of this when it comes to either your social life, maybe your job, certain elements of your own education, things like that. With the Hangman Reverse, it's about coming off the fence and knowing when it's okay to allow the universe to take you your own way. Or if you are not resonating with that kind of phrasing, allow yourself to have your own life and do it your own way. Because when we turn the Hangman right side up, it's about pulling back your energies, pulling back your activities, pulling back some of your involvements, and allowing them to grow in a more personal way with your own personal guidance and all of your own, again, higher aspects working with you. But with the Hangman Reverse, we may be letting too much of this internal sense of pressure or this internal urge to control and direct a lot of other journeys, or maybe our own journey in accordance with another journey, and it's not serving right now. Maybe you're not trying to control others, but you are allowing others to control you, or you are dictating your own actions according to what you assume would be maybe in alignment with another person's journey or another person's priorities. Or maybe it's a company, or maybe it's a market, maybe it's your field, a spiritual practice, how you handle your own art, creativity, how you put yourself out in the world. Hangman Reverse says, time to see where that is not going to work. As we get on to your personal responsibility, what you are responsible for paying attention to and taking ownership of if you're going to have the best week possible, got the Death card reversed. Letting things go that have approached that limit. They've hit that line. Very much like the Hangman reversed. In fact, Hangman and the Death card come one after another. It goes Hangman, then Death card. You got them both reversed. So we're seeing actually where there might be something gumming up the works this week. We have a chance to fix all of that. You can turn every reverse card right side up. The Death card reverse is talking about where have we been maybe holding ourselves back a grade by trying to stay in the same environment that we used to, whether this is a physical environment, a social environment, or maybe it's again maybe a non-physical environment, but it might be kind of like a philosophy, an echo chamber, maybe a social culture, a belief system, or a market practice of some kind. The Death card reverse is saying, look, we've outgrown this, or this situation is overdue to expire and be transitioned into something else. And where we can allow ourselves to do that, we are going to see a lot of big breakthroughs. But if we are trying to still fit into clothes we've outgrown, or we're trying to fit into sandboxes, or we're trying to fit into, make things work for us that are just, again, part of an earlier stage of our development that are not applicable to our journey anymore, we're going to be held up. And so a lot of this week is about getting caught up with yourself. When we come to your material shifts, when it comes to your work, your finances, your job, maybe some household, family matters, things like that, you've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, a lot of you Capricorn people are going to be finding that while this week is actually pretty good to you as far as material security, material wealth, material abundance is concerned, you are going to be finding that maybe it's not necessarily your team, but it could be your clientele, your audience, your projects. It could be a group you're involved in, your network that you're involved in, is in need of some of those updates and some of those transitions as well. Because with the Three of Pentacles reversed, I'm getting the sense that you're seeing where a lot of people are kind of choosing to maybe operate in some self-imposed limitations, whether it's a self-imposed ceiling, self-imposed block, or maybe they're just content with it, and that's fine too, no judgment. But you're also seeing the limit of where those protocols, procedures, teachings, strategies, and projects are going to take you. And so while things are actually pretty comfortable on the material shift, it's time to see where these teamwork breakdowns or some of these alliance shifts are actually going to be crucial for you to be able to grow and excel into a position that actually, once again, catches up to you where you are and starts actually changing the landscape of how you perform, who you're working with, what you're working with, in a way that is actually evolving you on a consistent and ongoing basis. And the same, of course, goes with the rewards if you need that kind of incentive. As we get on to your interpersonal shifts, what's going on with your closest one-on-one connections, right? It's the main cast of characters in your life, your primary party members, so to speak. So closest friends, family members, yes, romantic partners, as well as new romantic possibilities if you're in the market for that. We've got the Six of Wands upright, and victories from these other individuals are victories that are shared with you. So it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What's good for the gander is good for the goose. What's good for the goose is good for the goose. What's good for the gander is good for the gander, and everything in between. Because with the Six of Wands upright, it does look like you're going to be benefiting from a huge breakthrough, a huge windfall, or a huge victory that is being shared through a family member, a friend, or a romantic partner. And it is going to change the direction of where your personal life, your social life, and maybe even your own creative expression is able to go. It's going to open up a lot of doors for everyone involved, and you're invited to be involved. For those of you curious about new romantic prospects, you're going to have a pretty popular week. So I would definitely recommend taking things slow, right? You don't want to raise the stakes in relationships super fast anyway. That's unhealthy. But with the Six of Wands upright, we're actually seeing not only a lot of options coming through, but there are a choice few that are also helping you to see maybe a higher level that you can ascend to. There's a higher level you could actually jump to, whether this is, again, something you're applying in your own life or something you can do in a relationship or family situation you didn't know how to do or you didn't know was possible. But that inspiration will also be there. As we get on to your personal shifts, what's going on with you? Got the Five of Wands upright. Stop trying to silence inner conflict and cognitive dissonance if it's coming up for you to process, to see truth. Okay, because with the Five of Wands upright, with the personal shift, we are seeing a need where maybe going against another person's grain or going against a grain that maybe we adopted may be crucial. And so if you're finding that there is an internal conflict coming up around not doing things to standard or not doing things the way someone taught you, pay attention to the limitations they might be living under, right? How much have our role models, our mentors, our parents, our biggest influencers changed or grown in recent history? You know, because if you notice like somebody's kind of hit this sort of plateaued constant for a very long time, they're already showing you that they're not invested necessarily in going beyond that point or nurturing anyone in going beyond that point. That's not really their job, but if you actually have a chance to exceed, to grow, and to, again, jump in a direction that further aligns with your own personal unique expression, your own personal unique success, you've got to allow those conflicts to occur within yourself to let yourself perfect, right? All of the facets of that journey for yourself. And so with the Five of Wands, giving yourself permission to actually do that, go through that, act on it every once in a while is important. Of course, when I say act on it, I don't mean like do, a whole bunch of like, drama and conflama and all of that stuff. But I do mean, allowing yourself to experiment with what's on the other side of the glass ceiling that others might have imposed or just been totally cool with themselves. So that's what I've got for you, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.